Yo guys, what's up? It's Inflexxius. Today we're playing Jax versus Riven top. Level 1, this matchup is about outspacing her so that you can dodge her Q poke while trying to get good E trades onto her. So here she comes from our jungle, so that means Yi probably started our red buff. So that makes the lane a little bit awkward, because if the wave starts pushing away from us, then that puts Yi into a prime position to gank us, because he can just come from the tri-bush, right? So I don't actually want to try to take lane prio here. What I will do is ward the tri-bush here, just to see if Yi comes for us. And then, Yi's not that strong of a ganker, so if I can take a really good E trade onto this Riven, then I will feel comfortable taking lane prio and pushing the wave a bit. So here, we get our level 2. And here she E's into us, which is a big mistake by her, so we're just going to take the E trade and immediately leap out, because if you're ever in Riven's melee range without your E, and she has her Q up, she's going to chunk you for 50 to 80% of your health. So here, she Qs into us again, and I try to go for an E trade, but I get cancelled on my leap by her Q3. But she walks into our melee range here while we're level 3 with our W, and we just beat her up with the W and the lethal tempo. So we get the cannon. Here she uses her W. If Riven ever uses her W, you can just jump on her, because that's her main way to disengage from you. And win trades, basically. But you saw how I extended the trade there after I landed the stun? You can only do that if Riven doesn't have her Qs up. Because if she does, she will, do a bunch of damage to you. Otherwise, you just have to take the short trade and disengage immediately after you land the stun. So here I recall, because what I wanted to do was come back to lane and freeze the wave, and use my item and resource lead to just force a freeze on her. However, I didn't realize she could push the wave that fast. If I knew she was going to push the wave that fast, then I would have stayed in lane, because I had such a huge health lead on her, right? So that was a mistake by me recalling there. So here, she uses her W, we can trade on her here, and look at this, right? I have a level lead, but she still has 2 Qs up. So she still kind of wins the trade here. I goes to try to extend the trade, she uses her Ignite with Nimbus Cloak to match my speed, and then she just runs away. And look at that, right? She had a few Qs up, and she still went even in the trade, even when we had a level lead on her, right? So you gotta watch out for those Qs when your E's on cooldown. So here she goes for another trade. We just match her here, and now I just want to shove the wave. However, she's staying in our range, so I just flash W her and to get the kill. And now she loses all those minions, which is huge. So we can just walk back to lane here. Now she's lost all those minions, we are in a really good spot here. XP lead, gold lead. However, there's a huge wave pushing back to us here. Now I'm going to trade with her here, just to secure the cannon, and then I'm going to back out. I could have maybe extended the trade with her there, but I really want to rather play this safe, because I'm worried that Riven is going to hit 6 any second here, and if she hits 6 here, you see right here she hits 6, and if I contested her on the wave and she hit 6, and I lost all these minions, then the same thing that we did to the Riven would have happened to us, right? So Riven's gone missing, and I ping it, but too late and Syndra goes down, unfortunately. So I'm just going to shove this wave as fast as I can. Since Riven is out of lane, I can maybe take a plate here, get the waves. And at this point, Riven's taking a long time to get back to lane. She should have been in lane like a while ago at this point. Now these minions aggro onto me for zero reason. If I leave these minions alive, our minions are going to get stuck on them, and then not crash into her tower, and that's not ideal at all. So we're just going to secure the crash by killing those minions. And then we are going to go into the river, look for honey fruit. No honey fruit, unlucky. And now, we're going to outspace her Q3, and now I'm trying to space out her W. I'm trying to fake out her W here. Bonk her with our W. And here she uses her W again, so I try to go for an extended trade here. I use my ultimate, and we get a decent trade with the ultimate, but I shouldn't have gone for autos there. I should have kept walking with her so that her Q3 would knock me towards her tower rather than away from her tower. If I did that, then I would have been able to get a much better trade on her. Here she uses her W again, so I go for another trade, and here comes Yi, right? So I'm just going to walk out. Yi's not that dangerous to us. He pops his ultimate though, so I'm just going to pop Ghost here. Leap to this minion, keep running, and Riven uses her W and her E. So I'm actually just going to turn around and just go straight for her. Bonk her with the W, stun the Yi, eat the biscuit, Q to the minions, and lure the Yi to our Lee Sin. And now, I'm not going to mess with the Yi, right? I don't want to. I am too low in health, so I'm just going to shove minions here while my team, takes the Yi out there. And we're just going to collect this wave and recall. Good stuff. Sell our D-Shield for our Divine Sunderer, and now we are huge. We have our 9-minute 30 Divine Sunderer, so we are going to freaking obliterate this Riven when we get back to lane. We block the Riven from entering through the river here, and she has to walk all the way around. Bonk her with W when she goes for the minion there. She used her W, so we can just go for a really aggressive trade on her here. Really clean ult by me. Good stuff. Now I'm looking to dive her, and she sees it. She pressed R already, right? So I activate my Counter-Strike, leap on her. I missed the Counter-Strike because she dashed at the right moment. My mistake. And at that point she lives. I might have been able to flash on her at the end there, but I am willing to just take this, right? I get a plate, I deny her a wave. This is still fine. It's obviously not as nice as killing her would be, but it's fine. It's still good. So now we come back to lane here, catch our wave. Now, again, we see the Riven there on the mid lane ward. And unfortunately, Syndra goes down to the Riven again. Unfortunate. But Riven used both her flash and her ignite as pinged by the Syndra, which means we have that advantage, and maybe we can bully her with the summoner advantage and with the Divine Thunder advantage. So we drag the wave a little bit so that it pushes towards us to try to deny Riven some CS. If Riven goes for minions, we're just going to jump on her here. Punish her whenever she goes for minions. See, every time a minion drops low, I'm going to walk up next to it so that I can start the trade in melee range to punish her for going for any minions.
Picked up a few tricks during my wandering.
Because I want to start the trade in melee range. And here, right, we get our W, we leap onto her. She's not using her W to peel us off, so that's her mistake, and we can just put her in the ground for that. Now we just shove the wave there, get ourselves our first blood tower with plate, really good stuff. We are now loaded, we are freaking rich. So we're going to get ourselves our Ionian Boots and our Coalfields Warhammer. Back to top lane because we want to catch this wave. And we want to keep this wave pushed in now, all the time. To trap Riven in the side lane here. That way she will be slower to rotate to any place. Here we try for mid lane play, but nothing happens. She'll be slower to rotate to any place. And also, Riven farms really quickly. If you don't trap her under her tower, she's just going to get a passive CS lead on you because of how fast she farms. Now, Riven's trapped under her tower farming. We saw Yi in our red jungle, so I'm looking to see if I can go collapse on him. Here he is. Counter-Strike, land the stun, ult, start beating on him. Rakan charms him. Yi alpha strikes me and then flashes away. I keep chasing, I'm really focused on this Yi. Riven combos me over the wall with Ignite and ult. Beat on her, Divine Thunder healing. Oh, but I go down to the Ezreal auto and the Riven Ignite. And we get shut down, and that's not ideal, but we get the Yeast shut down and we get the Riven, so it's fine, but it's not ideal. What I could have done to live there, though, was obviously respect that the Riven would be coming up, because we saw her, like, go off vision, right? And the other thing is, if I drank my refillables at the start of that fight, I would have possibly had enough health to live there. So we go down to the dragon here, because I feel like our team is strong enough to win the fight. So I'm going to clear some vision here, and then I see they're coming to collapse onto me, so I'm going to run upwards here, hop to that ward, and then just completely disengage. And loop around here. Now, at this point, we see they're all grouped over there. Ezreal's clearing mid, our Lee Sin's clearing Gromp. Because Gromp is obviously more important than the dragon fight that's happening, I ping him over to come help. The mid lane is both below their ultimates. We're getting a bit poked out here, though, and Nami drops an ultimate, which isolates our Zeri from us, and she gets caught, unfortunately. So, we're down a player, but it's not doomed, because I feel like this is still winnable, this fight. Syndra lands some really nice poke onto the Yi. I'm trying to slip into this bush here to try to get a good flank. Riven is also here. We spot the 1 HP Riven just chilling there. So at this point I'm looking for a play. I see two of them stacked up. Flash, double stun, double ult. Syndra follows up with her own double stun, and Rakan with his double ult. We chase the Orianna here, but at this point they're too far away. Lee Sin's either going to get her or not, without my help, so I'm going to just start beating on this dragon here. Lee Sin does manage to get her, good stuff. And we secure the dragon. Nobody's farming mid lane, so I might as well just come over here and shove it up, make the wave crash. And I also need a little bit more gold for my Spear of Shojin, which I did manage to get off that wave. I run mid lane here to catch the wave that Riven is shoving in. We have 3 people top lane, and it looks like the enemy team's going to make a play on them, so that gives me an opening to go for the mid tower here. Clearing mid tower is always really good, because it gives you a lot more space to play with on the map. Easier to invade their jungle, and also makes it harder for anybody to farm mid lane safely on their team. We see Riven bot lane, so I'm looking to make a play on her here. Land the stun on her, combo her here. She immediately stuns us and leaps over the wall. We hop on after her, pop our ghost, use our stun, land the stun and finish her off. Now with one down on their team, we can push for this tower maybe. We do manage to get it, 600 gold split, really nice stuff. I actually stay here because my team's pressuring and I don't want to recall while they're pressuring, right? Here, a fight's breaking out, so I'm here to help. Rotate over, I see the Orianna, jump on her immediately, start comboing her. And drop her really low, but that phase rush, my goodness, she's just gone. She's vanished. I go over here to try to help the Zeri, and Ezreal gets her, but Syndra gets her as well, so that's fine. I immediately run bot lane to keep the Riven trapped, because we really don't want this Riven to be able to make plays, because when Riven gets to make plays, your team feeds her doubles and triple kills, and we don't like that. So we're going to use our tempo there to grab the Krugs, and then immediately shove the next wave here. Keep her locked in there. We see them looking for a play on us. They're in the red jungle. So we're just going to play respectfully here, clear some vision, and then keep shoving the waves in. Keep her locked in under her tower. Now, a potential mid play is going on here, so we're rotating over, maybe. And then I see Ezreal E. That's my trigger to immediately just ghost and go at him. Like, Ezreal without E. Flash on him, finish him off. Combo the Orianna, and then switch over to the Nami here. Syndra gets 2 kills, really good stuff. We're immediately going to try to push for this tower here, because they have 3 down, right? So this should be free push here. And we can look for the rotation play bot here. Riven gets one shot from around the corner by the Syndra. Sucks for her, but great for us because that means we get this tower here. So I'm a bit low on mana, so I don't actually want to fight. Orianna lands a double shockwave onto our backline, but that doesn't really do much, but you know, it looked cool. We're going to push for the inhibitor here now. I'm going to go over here to cover the Syndra. Syndra lands a really nice double stun there. I could probably have killed the Ezreal there, but I really didn't want to fight because I'm so low on mana. My mind was not focused on fighting there. I really just wanted to get that inhibitor and get out. We even get the dragon here, so that's really nice. And we can just recall here. I'm floating so much gold that I just get to buy a Sterak's here. So that's really nice. We're going to go straight up to the Baron here because Nami is down. So we have the numbers advantage and they have super minions pushing in on both their bot and mid side. So this should just be a free Baron here. We see Riven topside here, so we're just going to get her as well. And keep shoving. Now we can just push topside here with the Baron, while they have mid and bot super minions pushing in on them. So this is a really hard spot for the enemy team. Syndra lands a really nice flash combo onto the Ezreal and one-shots him. They start beating on us over the wall there, so I'm going to hop in here and start the fight. Again, Riven gets one shot over the wall, sucks for her. Jump onto the Yi here. Yi alpha strikes me. I could probably have flashed with Yi into my team to drag him in during the alpha strike into my team. And now we just start pushing with the Baron minions. So my team's messing with them there. We get the Yi, but that's fine. My team can do whatever they want. I'm full focused on these Nexus towers. And now the Nexus Syndra's BMing in front of their fountain. And yeah, that's that. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video and hope to see you in the next one.